Hello, everybody! Sorry, I'm gonna be munching on stuff for the beginning part of this stream. Don't mind me, I'm just a little hungry, but... Hi, everyone! Hello, 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 hello! Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm just gonna... Hello, 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 hello. That's all I'm gonna say, just hello. It's gonna be like an hour straight of just hello. Oh my goodness, that was an influx of messages that went through. Hi, everybody! Hello, why isn't chat popping up on stream? Chat, pop up. Chat, pop up. Chat, pop up onto the stream. The chat box is not working. Hello, oh my goodness, y'all are going by so fast. Hold on, 1 second. Hold on. Hello, y'all are. Oh, 376 people are here. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Are you guys ready to talk about? Hi, everybody. Pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. You guys aren't seeing chat popping up on stream, right? It won't pop up. It should be there. I don't know why it's not working. That kind of is sad. Oh, thank you for the $1. Oh, there's chat. You aren't live yet. Okay, yo. I want to turn this into a YouTube video, so we gotta do a good intro. Okay? We gotta do a good intro, alright? We gotta do a good intro. Oh, hold on. That's kind of like unreadable a little bit. Oh well. We gotta do a good intro, okay? Actually, no, I can fix it. Hold on. Let me make chat a little bit readable. We gotta do a good intro, okay? Because I do want to turn this into a YouTube video. So, at some point, you guys are gonna have to help me make a good intro for this. But, hold on, let me make it so that you guys can read chat on screen, because it looks a little ugly. It's a little ugly. I'm gonna fix it. Or else I'm gonna hope that I fix it. Well, actually... Hi, I'm new. Hi, everybody. Sorry. Also, enjoy the background music. How many people are here? 391. Hello, everybody. Are you guys ready? Hello, YouTube. Okay, hold on. I'm like, you can't really read the chat messages because they're, they don't look very appealing. So I want to fix that. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna fix it. Ooh, yellow? Do I make the chat box yellow? What color should I make the chat box, y'all? Hi, Scribbles. Hi, chat. Hi, Nightcrawler. Hello, everybody. I'm allowed to spoil it, right? Yes! You guys can say, finally, I can say spoilers. Jax is dead! I've waited so long to say it. I've waited so long. I've waited so long. I've waited so long to say it. Purple in honor of Jax. I've waited so long. I've waited so long. Black looks a little funky. Hold on. You guys want to see how the black looks? The black looks a little weird. Actually, it might look fine. I'm starting over the Kirby song. Boop. Oh, I can finally say it. Kane is not dead. Yes, I can finally say it. It took so long. I've been waiting so long. I'm so happy that I can say it. Okay, hold on. This is what it's gonna look like with a black chat box. Does that look any better? Oh, whoops. There we go. Do we like the chat? Do we like that? I think I like that better. Guys, he's dead. Jax died. I can finally say it and not get murdered. Leapfrog. That's true. And M's tragedy is canon! M's tragedy is canon! I'm so happy! My lesbians! I'm so happy they had sex! I'm so happy for them! My Yuri! Sorry, guys, this is a lot of pent up, like, you can tell I've got a lot inside me. Oh my goodness. I'm hungry, sorry. What if tragedy is canon? They're canon! I'm so happy! And my son is back! My son Kane is back! Guys, you can tell I have had so much built deep down inside me that I've wanted to say for so long. But I was like taking the oath of silence. Reality is gay. That's like genuinely might be one of the best Jax lines. Is Bubble gone? Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna talk about it. This is an awful intro. I want to make a good intro for for a stream. This is awful. Yeah, we can say everything. Wednesday says just use your screaming about Yuri as the intro, it'll work, trust. Okay. Oh. Reality's a lovely place, but it's too gay to live there. Oh, sweet freedom. Anyways. It was good. Sorry, I have a lot of thoughts, okay? I've got a lot of thoughts. And I'm gonna assume that you guys also have a lot of thoughts too. Kinger and Queenie have babies. Okay. I also want to talk about that at some point because we were lied to. We were lied to. Okay? We were lied to. We were lied to. I thought they had 3 kids, but they only had 2. We were lied to. What? Why? That foreshadowing makes no sense to me. Sorry. That foreshadowing makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't understand why they would foreshadow them having 3 kids. And then they only have 2. That doesn't make any sense. Kane is his 3rd son. I'm not really, like, mad about it, but I am just, like, a little confused. Guys, I have so many thoughts. Y'all, y'all. What thoughts? I would never have thoughts about the finale or deep emotions making me like Jax. Wednesday just said that. That's funny. Okay. Okay. Kane is the 3rd. Okay. Okay, y'all. We gotta start somewhere. We gotta unpack this. We gotta start unpacking this somewhere, right? The 3rd kid is Kane. New glitch post? Wait, is there actually a new glitch post? I can look at it right now. We can look at it together. I have the episode pulled up. Just in case if we ever wanted to, look and watch. Let me check if there's a new glitch post. Oh, there is! That is so wholesome. Guys. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Guys. Look at that. Look how cute that is. Talk about your movie experience. I have a few movie stories. Wednesday knows one of them. Wednesday knows both of them, actually. That is adorable. That's adorable, okay? That is straight up adorable, alright? Straight up adorable. Wednesday, should I tell them I know them all. Yeah, should I tell them the should I tell them the one story of when we went and there was that kid there? That kid. I'm gonna head over. Okay. Okay. Yes, please. Okay. I'm gonna tell them this. Can I join call to tell them with you? Because I saw the child. You did see the child. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I think I wanna just tell my blanket statement first before I tell stories of the actual theater. Is that okay? I wanna just give kind of like a blanket overview of what I thought before I dive into theater stories, I think. If that makes sense. Yeah. Also, that'd be smart. Do that. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. We can tell theater stories after. We can tell them all about the child. Let's watch it. It's news to me that it's news to you. This is actually a very important thing that you have mentioned. Next week, we will be doing, or I guess I will be doing, drumroll please. Digital Circus Marathon! Where I'm going to be watching through, every single episode of the entire series throughout the entire week. I'm gonna cover the chat a little bit, but this is what the schedule is gonna look like. I'm gonna post this to my community page after stream. Next week, we're gonna be doing a huge Digital Circus Marathon. I'm gonna post this image to my community page after stream. But basically, on Monday, we're gonna do episodes 1 and 2. On Tuesday, we're going to do episodes 3 and 4. On Wednesday, there is going to be no stream because the GOAT, Toby Fox, decided that he was going to upload a brand new chapter of Deltarune that Wednesday. And I don't care if you don't know what Deltarune is, it is one of my favorite games ever, and it's coming out with a brand new chapter, and I desperately want to play it. And I had this marathon planned before I found out about Deltarune Chapter 5, but now that I found out about Deltarune Chapter 5, I really want to play it. So, there's going to be no stream on Wednesday because I'm going to be playing Deltarune. You do not have to know what Deltarune is at all, okay? If you're here and you don't know what Deltarune is, you're fine. I'm not really, this is not the place to talk about Deltarune, but it is a game that I like. So, I am going to be not streaming that day so that I can play it. Then, Thursday, so mini break on Wednesday, no stream on Wednesday, because I desperately want to play Deltarune. Then Thursday, we're going to be doing episodes 5 and 6, no Deltarune stream. I thought about doing a Deltarune stream, but the only issue with the Deltarune stream is that, a lot of people in chat play Deltarune, and it would be, like, a lot of people in chat, it would be their first time playing it as well, so they most likely will not watch stream because they'll be off playing it themselves, and I think that's, like, I don't want to spoil anybody for the game. And also, last time Deltarune did a chapter drop, I just played it for, like, 10 hours straight, and I don't want to do a 10-hour straight stream. So, I'm not going to stream it, but I will probably stream the game at some point in the future, but, not the day it comes out. But we're talking about Digital Circus, we're not talking about Deltarune. I'm just saying that I'm taking a break that Wednesday for Deltarune. Then Thursday, we're going to be watching episodes 5 and 6. Then Friday, we're going to be watching episodes 7 and 8. And then Saturday, we're going to watch episode 9 because episode 9 is pretty long. So yeah, it's going to start at these times, as you can see, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Is when it's going to start every single day next week, except for Wednesday and Sunday. Those are going to be the only 2 days that I am not streaming. But besides that, Digital Circus Marathon, Absolute Cinema. And I'm just going to be talking about the series, and we're just going to watch it together and just kind of go through and see how it's progressed over the course of, 2.5 years. Anyways, I should give a blanket statement on how I felt about the episode. I liked it a lot. It made me cry. Multiple times. multiple times. Multiple times I cried. One time Wednesday was there with me. Yeah. If Wednesday, if you're still in chat, you can testify that I cried. I did indeed cry. Cry baby. Shut up. Shut up. I have seen it the premiere today. Sorry guys, I'm a little all over the place. The premiere today was my 5th time watching it. I know I'm a freak, but I went and saw it 4 times in theaters. Once by myself, once with Wednesday, once with my baby brother, and then once by myself again, and then today by myself again. And every time I cried. You what? I'm a freak. I know. I'm aware. I'm a crazy lunatic. But favorite Deltarune character mine is Susie. I like Ralsei. Ralsei is my favorite. Ralsei is my favorite. Wow, that's crazy. I know I'm a freak, but I also think it was fairly helpful because watching it that many times has actually helped me kind of gather my thoughts. Oh, also, we don't need this up anymore. You can be visible again. It has indeed helped me, gather my thoughts. Hold on. Okay. So, my blanket statement. I thought it was really, really, really good. I thought it was fantastic. I liked it a lot. I do have a few critiques that I think they could have done better. But they're very minor, and I think for the most part, I just thought it was really good. My one critique, and I think a lot of you guys are also probably of this, impression, is that it was a lot of Jax, and it felt like a lot of the other characters did get a tiny bit sidelined for the Jax plot. And I've seen a lot of critique on that, which I do agree with in a way, where, like, I am like, yeah, there was, you know, nobody else really got as much screen time as he did. However, all of the Jax stuff was incredible. That was, like, the best way they could have ended his character. Gonna be honest with you, that was genuinely the best way they could have written his character, and I think he needed that screen time for that. Ragatha's last line is said, and there's like 20 minutes left in the movie. Yeah, I'm like, it's like a two. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of like a double-edged sword, where on one hand, I would have desperately wanted screen time for the other characters. I do agree with that. You know what I mean? I do fully agree with people who are like, I wanted my Zubo screen time. I agree and I hear you. But at the same time, I think that Jax needed that screen time to fulfill his character. So I see both sides, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of under the impression that, like, if the show got, like, 1 or 2 more episodes, that would have been solved. We would not be having this issue. But, at the same time, I understand that Goose is done, and Glitch is respecting that decision, and I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm happy with it, you know what I mean? I am happy with what we got. Okay, Jax is such a beautifully written character, in my opinion. I agree. This is my honest thoughts. Honest thoughts. What more could they have done, though, whose character needed wrapping up? I do agree that, like, Jax was kind of the one character that did need, that closure. And he did chat his pause on screen. Oh, it is. Thank you. I don't know why it was struggling there. taking a break from Jax, though, Kane, I think, in my opinion, has to be one of, if not the best written character in the series, because how his arc ended was so good. You can argue all day long that Jax didn't really have the best ending to his character. I think he did, but I've seen a lot of debate on it. I feel like there should be no debate that how they handled Kane was so good. Okay? How they handled Kane was phenomenal. I really did not think that Kane was ever going to get closure or anything like that. I thought when he died in episode 8, that was it. I really thought that that was just gonna be it. So when he came back and was able to basically learn that, like, oh, I've messed up and I've done all of these horrible, horrible things, and be like, I need to make this right, was so moving. Especially comparing Kane to, I thought he was gone forever, me too. This is especially if you compare Kane to Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Most of you in chat should be aware of this, but if you are not, The Amazing Digital Circus is heavily inspired by this book called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This book, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, is a science fiction dystopian horror novel from like the 60s. And it's about this supercomputer that gets jealous of humanity and kills all of humanity, but then keeps 5 humans alive to torment forever because he hates humanity that much. That is what Digital Circus is heavily inspired from, but Digital Circus is in a little bit of a different situation, where Digital Circus is about a group of humans who are stuck inside of a virtual reality simulation, and this AI is there that's forcing them to do these wacky things. And from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is just like this horrifically awful person. No, he's not a person, but like he's just like has so much hatred and rage and anger built up inside of him that his ending is not good. Am is pure evil. Yeah, because for those of you who don't know how I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream ends, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream ends with Am, the supercomputer, basically sending the humans on a wild goose chase, which results in them kind of turning on each other, and Am made it so that the humans cannot die, nor can they kill themselves, but they can. This is very dark, okay? Hold my hand when I tell you this incredibly dark ending to this horror novel. The humans can kill each other. So, one of the humans, named Ted, realizes that he can kill the other humans to save them from this eternal torment, and that's what he does. And Am comes back and realizes this, and gets incredibly mad at Ted, and then just unleashes all of his anger on Ted and turns him into this deformed slug who has no mouth and he must scream, and that's how the book ends. And Ted is Jax, essentially. Yes, fundamentally, kind of, yes. That's how the book ends, and it's awful and depressing and sad. And considering that Digital Circus is inspired from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, I was fully expecting not that exact ending, but I was expecting something kind of depressing. And it wasn't. It was so good. 'Cause I love how Kane was just able to come back from his actions. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he's happy. The mind copy thing made me sad, though. Okay. So, the mind copy thing. I had seen this theory everywhere. I saw this theory all over the place. And I never believed it. I never believed it. I was like, there's no way this could be real. And then it was real. And I was like, oh. And in the theater, I was very nervous. I was very nervous that it was going to turn out very poorly. I was very, very scared that the mind clone thing, I did not have high hopes for it. I did not have high hopes for it at all. I was like, this can't go well. This can't be written well. I was a little bit pessimistic. I was a little bit like, uh-oh. I was a little scared. But then, they wrote it in the best way they possibly could have, and I went full loop and went, oh, heck yes. Does that make sense? Like, I was so nervous that it was going to be written so badly. But then it was like the best way they possibly could have handled it. I think it turned out pretty well. I fully agree. They wrote it so well. They wrote it so well, in my opinion. They wrote it so well. I was expecting a sad ending. I was also expecting a sad ending, and I was frankly very happy when there wasn't a sad ending. Whatever happened to Bubble, though, he kind of just disappeared. That is also something I want to talk about, where I think Bubble just straight up died. I think everybody, like, Kane is fine, but I think Bubble just died. Expected everybody to leave the circus. I do think that, yeah, that was kind of like what everybody thought was going to happen. And then it didn't. And I think that's okay. I think that's honestly okay. Gonna be so honest with you. How many people are here? 349. Hello, everybody. I honestly think that's okay. Genuinely, I think that's okay. I did not have high hopes for it when I first saw it in the theaters. But then I came out of the movie theater being like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. They're okay, so I'm okay. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. What spoiler did the guy post in the Bluetooth stream? That Jack subtracted? Which, by the way, okay, mini tangent. There was no way I could have prevented that. Because apparently, YouTube's word filtering system just doesn't work. Just straight up does not work. What about Mike Dobby in the new circus or something? Is it Dobby or Dobby? I don't know how you say his last name. Are you talking about when you see his name and then Kane makes him and then spawns him in? I think that was a flashback to when he first was adding people to the circus. A bittersweet ending was the best to end it because for the story they were telling, it made sense. I fully agree. I fully agree. Fully agree. Lagged execution question. I'm not sure how I'm gonna write lagged execution yet. To be honest, I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really thought about it that much. I can finally use this meme. I can't believe he didn't cry at the Titanic. That's funny. Oh, that lamppost scene is so good. That lamppost scene is incredible. What's your theory about Moon? I don't have a theory about the moon. Except that, canonically, she wasn't ever programmed to be Kane's love interest, which makes my whole bit that I had in Tomodachi Life like a month ago, where I was like, Kane programmed the moon to love him, ha ha ha. Yeah, that bit makes no more sense. Jax didn't kill his mom, she was still alive. Okay, I have a lot of things to say. I have a lot of things to clarify. One, I do not think that Jax killed his mom. What was your reaction to the Yuri end credit scene? I screamed. Screamed. I was so happy. I didn't think we were going to get Abstragedy, and then we did, and I was so happy. Okay. I don't think Jax killed his mom. Mainly because, and I was talking to Wednesday about this, mainly because I feel like if he did, it would have been mentioned in that final scene where they're going through everybody in the real world and how their lives are. It probably, instead of just being like, after being homeless for a few months, he was able to room with a friend and get himself back on his feet. It wouldn't say that. They would be like, after serving time for da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, he da-da-da-da, you know, it would probably specify, and it didn't, which is leading me to believe that he did not kill his mom. Okay? Yeah, like, bro would have been in jail. Exactly. Like, he would have... It would have been like, Leroy Mateo, he's in prison. Like, it wouldn't have been good, okay? Does that make sense? You know, someone said that's how Doodle was born! Jack said jail closed in a scene, but I don't know. I mean, valid. You're valid in thinking that. But also, that could have just been him thinking he was going to jail. In a way. Ain't no way he get out of jail that easy for killing his mom too. Yeah, no. If he actually killed his mom, it would have said so. It would have said so. Okay? It would have said so, but it didn't, so I think he's fine. In reality, she probably just collapsed for a brief moment, and then he ran, and then she got back up. That is most likely what happened, is that she probably collapsed and went unconscious for a brief moment, and he panicked and ran. Just booked it, ran, left as fast as he could, never went back, and then she got up and saw that he wasn't there, and that's most likely just kind of where it ended. He said she didn't get up to make him feel bad, I thought. He said he thought that, but he didn't know. He didn't know if that's what she was doing. Put your Jax me in the cellar. Well, okay, I've been giving every member of the circus that is abstracted that I put on the Tomodachi Life Island, I give them abstraction carpet in their room, so I do have to give Jax an abstracted carpet in his room next Tomodachi Life stream. Okay, you guys are talking about Jax being trans. I do not want to get called transphobic or anything for commenting on this, because I am not. I'm very supportive of trans people. If you're trans, I do not want to come across as being insensitive or anything. But I don't think Jax is trans, specifically because Glitch has continued to use he, him pronouns for him. And I'm just going to use whatever pronouns that Glitch and Gooseworks use. You can headcanon that he's trans, I don't care. I'm fully supportive of trans people, okay? I swear to you, I love trans people. I very much am just like, you know, fully supportive of the LGBTQ community. I'm aromantic asexual, guys. I am fully supportive of the LGBT community. But if Glitch is going to use he, him pronouns, then I'm going to use he, him pronouns. If Glitch uses different pronouns, I will use different pronouns. Does that make sense? Like how Glitch uses they, them pronouns for Zooble, I use they, them pronouns. Does that make sense? That makes sense? As a trans person, I don't find this offensive in the slightest. Okay, I'm good. I'm not trying to come off as offensive, but that is my Happy Pride Month. Yeah, that is my philosophy, is that if Glitch and Gooseworks are going to continue to use he, him pronouns, then I'm going to also continue to use he, him pronouns. What are you doing? Talking. I'm talking. The cast do still use he, him pronouns after he abstracts, too. Yeah. At least we got Zubul and Gangle. Yes, we got Zubul and Gangle dating. Happy Pride. What else should we talk about? I feel like there's more I gotta talk about. But I'm like blanking on what else happened. Guys, can you help me? What else happened? What else happened? What else happened? Talk about Ribbit. Oh, I do love Ribbits. I love Ribbit so much. God, I love her so much. I love her so much. So much. Funny doll moment. Oh, there was a funny doll moment. The funny doll moment makes me cry every single time. when Pomni and Ragatha hug, it has made me cry. Every single time I've seen it, it's made me cry. Like, actually sob. I don't know if they're lesbians or not. I don't really care. It was just sad. Just straight up sad. Do you think Jax deserved to abstract after everything he did? I do, actually. I honestly think abstraction was the best way for him to, realize kind of what he did. Mainly in the sense that you can feel both ways about Jax. I feel both ways about Jax in the sense that I do feel bad for him, okay? I feel so bad for him. I can empathize with him and understand that he had a rough life, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, he did do these horrible things, and you can't just blame your trauma as to why you did these horrible things and then get away with it. You still have to suffer the consequences, for lack of a better term. Does that make sense? You've still gotta to learn and have consequences for your actions, because he still acted. He caused Ribbit to abstract and possibly Kaufmo to abstract. That's not okay at all. That's not okay at all. So, I totally understand that, like, yes, we can feel so bad for him, okay? We can feel bad. We can all empathize that he had such a rough upbringing and it did cause him to act this way. We can all agree, but I think abstraction is probably the best way for him to learn that this was not okay. And it is all his fault, by the way. This is all his fault. He may, you know, have intense trauma and stuff, but, like, this is all his fault. He doesn't even say to Pomni, "It's too late, I did this to myself." Like, he did do this to himself. And we can feel bad, but, like, at the end of the day, this was the decisions that he made that led this to happen to him. So it's just like, is chat frozen again? It's just, what did you think about Jackson Gangle's scene? Okay. Wednesday, if you want to get on call and share, theater stories. My theater erupted into laughter when that happened. Erupted into laughter. I was, like, crying laughing at the theater. Probably because, and I feel like it's probably because it was such an insane whiplash of scenes to go from Jax, like, choking Pomni out on the ground. Because when he's choking her out on the ground, it's like horrifically terrifying. It's horrifically terrifying when he is choking her out on the ground. But it's terrifying, and then it just immediately cuts into that scene where it's him and Gangle at Zubal's funeral. And that vibe change was so drastic that I just started laughing because I did not know how else to react. Did not know how else to react. As opposed to just laughing. Because it was just such an insane vibe change. Such an insane vibe change that I just started laughing so hard. Laughing so hard. And everyone in my theater thought it was really funny. I almost threw up when I saw Jackson Gangle. Scene, I was disgusted. It is very weird and very uncomfortable. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Looney Tunes reference. I think a new vocal stem of mine is just the, you killed the only person I've ever loved. Now I'm going to kill you. That's like new Scribble's vocal stem unlocked. That and reality is gay is just like new vocal stem unlocked. I love the scene. I love the scene where where it's Pomni who's looking at the 4 Jaxes in that one room and they're playing like poker or whatever they're playing. And they're just talking and then the one door roars and they all go, "Shut up!" And then they just immediately go back to playing their game as if nothing happened. Cry laugh. So funny. So funny. And then the like sexist maid outfit Jax goes like, "Oh, you women need to learn to stop prying," and then he starts fading away, and then Looney Tune Jax goes, "Wow, I sure hope that doesn't happen to me." And then it's really good. It's really good. Do you wish we got more CNA lore? I do agree with that, where I feel like we got less CNA lore than I thought we would. I really did want them to go crazy on the CNA lore, and they didn't. That I am a tiny bit disappointed in. I will admit, I did really want them to go crazy on the CNA lore. I can play the piano. You know, if you say you can play the piano, it really sounds like you can't play the piano. No, that's valid. That is so valid. I'm glad It's Tragedy is canon, so the finale is perfect for me. Me too. I saw you were streaming watching it, Super Weez Bros. Super Wee Bros 08, but I was really busy and couldn't watch it. But I hope your stream went well. I also wish for more Scratch, Queenie, etc. That was the only letdowns I found. I agree with that. How do you feel about the... Yeah, I kind of already said how I feel about it, where I had my doubts to begin with. I really had my doubts to begin with. I'm like... Yeah, I just got done live streaming. It was alright. I did some funny bits for fun. That's fun. I had my doubts, because, like... This might have just been... Okay, I'm not going to state... Is Nightcrawler and Gravity still in chat? Because you both probably know what I'm talking about. There was a series I was really into that had an awful finale. I'm not gonna state what it is or what happens in the finale because that will just spoil it. But there was a series I was super hyper fixated on. Hi, yes, yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. There was a series I was super hyper fixated on, and then it had an ending that I absolutely despised. And Game of Thrones, no, it's a very, very obscure cartoon. And I'm not gonna say what it is because I do not want to get hate for anything. But I think I just had a little bit of like a weird whiplash moment in the theaters where I was like, oh no, is another beloved series of mine gonna have a terrible, 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 terrible ending? And that's how I felt when I heard about the clones, is that I was like, oh no, it's happening again. I was like, is every hyperfixation of mine destined to be bad? Or to have a bad finale? And then it was really good. So I think I was probably being pessimistic from previous experiences. It's most likely where my pessimism came from, but it was really good. So I have no complaints. Seeing nothing. Yeah. I'm just sad they aren't real people. I kind of went through like the 5 stages of grief with that, where at the beginning I was like, I can't believe they're not real people. I thought they were real people for so long. But now it's kind of been 2 weeks since it came out, and I think I'm now in the acceptance phase where I'm just like, it is what it is. How do you feel about their IRL names? I thought they were really good. There's a theory that Ribbit was pregnant. That's crazy. I don't know where they're getting that from. One of Ragatha's horses is named Daisy Bell. Correct. Correct. Sorry, I'm a little phased out. I think I've said all I can say. What was your favorite part of the episode? Probably the lamppost scene. I think I've said all that I can say. I hope the live action actors eventually speak up about their roles and such. Should be fun. I agree with that. Wednesday, my good friend Wednesday, are you around to talk about our theater experiences? Are you ready? Do you think the ending was depressing like Goosework said? No, not at all. Literally not at all. I thought the ending was like the happiest ending it possibly could have been. Ah, yes, it is time to speak to Wednesday. Yes, cough. I mean, yeah. Alright. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. For those of you who do not know who this is my friend Wednesday. We went to the theater together one of the days, and we have a very funny story.
We're supposed to go twice, but then I got caught up in
Yeah,
work.
that's fine.
Oh, would have been fun to see it. Would have been my 3rd time seeing it.
Okay. We gotta tell them about...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think...
Okay.
It oh my gosh.
Y'all, so... me and Wednesday went to the theater together. At this point, we had both already seen it once before. Me twice before, because I went by myself and then I went with my brother, and then I went with you. And you had just went once before this.
Mm-hmm.
And in our theater, there was this kid that was like, how old do you think this kid was?
My guess was like 7 or 8.
Okay. There was like is it a child's story? Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, 7 or 8 probably.
I can't say the other, I think they're younger than 8, but I can't say the...
That's true. They're 7 or 6. We'll flip it.
Yes.
We'll flip it. We'll flip it. So, well, I need water. You continue the story.
Okay, yeah, so there was this kid that was like 7 or 6, and they the entire time while we're watching the movie, we kind of just hear this kid keep yapping. We assume the mother. We assume, because I swear we heard the word mom.
Yeah.
So,
this kid would not shut up. This kid was so loud. Well, they weren't like loud, but like he was just like yapping. What about the ribbit part? Okay. So we're watching. Mind you, we went on like a Saturday and the movie came out on a Thursday. So while this is me and Wednesday's second time watching this is a lot of people in the theater. This is their first time watching the movie. I know we met up with some people there and we talked to them. Well, we didn't meet up with them, but we were talking to some people before the movie, like a group of cosplayers, and they did say that this was their first time watching it. So like for the record, this kid was yapping while some people were like actually trying to pay attention. And
Yeah.
during during the scene where Jax is looking at Ribbit's door, and then he sees Ribbit abstract, and then he goes to look at the X on her door. We hear this kid go, "What does this mean, Mommy?"
Oh my gosh. And okay, I think we have very different tolerances with children, because that kid annoyed me like the minute they started talking. I was like, shut your mouth. I'm trying to enjoy my movie.
No, I was
I'm
also
also
trying
I'm the person where if you pull out your phone during a movie, I'm like,
"What does this mean, Mommy?"
side glare.
Like, just,
But-
"What does this mean, Mommy?" And we were just like,
I couldn't. Oh my gosh. Cause oh my goodness, it was so crazy to me. And then after the movie, Scribbles. So me and Scribbles took turns, like going to the restroom, because we had plushies and we didn't want to bring them into the bathroom because
Yeah.
that just felt weird. So we take turns, and I was, when Scribbles was using the bathroom, I was waiting. And I'm kind of just like looking around, you know, I'm just kind of chilling. My hands were full, so I couldn't like scroll my phone or anything. So I'm standing there, and then lo and behold, I see the youngest child of this audience, and I'm like, it has to be you. It had to have been you. And then they like, I don't remember what they were talking to their mom about. I assume it's their.
surely,
Anywho.
right? Like, we heard them say that.
And I was like, why? Why are you here?
I'm gonna couch
Also-
switch the music.
Another, I don't know if they were out there when you were watching my stuff, but there was also another, like, family that had kids under, like, 13.
I think I saw that as well, yeah.
I was like, and it was just two adult guys saying, like, oh yeah, I had to come see it again, and this and that. And I'm like, I understand that, but like, why are
Don't
they
bring your
here?
Kids.
Why are they here? Like, because also the kids didn't seem like they wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I remember for that group, those kids did not look like they, like, yeah, but
Oh, dude. I've just been thinking about that. What does this mean, Mommy? For like the past like 2 weeks. It's really funny.
yeah, but
Really good. It was
the
really
first
good.
time I went, there wasn't many, like, there were, yes, people under 18, but I didn't remember any children.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
audience
When I
saw
went,
the
it was
first
mainly
time.
like teenagers
'Cause
and
it was-
young adults.
It was my first showing was at night, so.
My first showing was also kind of at night as well. Yeah, it was it was pretty chill. I did when I went the second time with my brother. There was some like decently young teenagers there, and our showing started at 9:30 p.m. and I was like, y'all should be in bed. I was like, why are you here? Dude, it was so funny. Okay, and then yesterday, I went again yesterday. Wednesday was not here for this, but I did tell you this story and I thought it was really funny, so I'm gonna share that with chat as well. Yesterday I went by myself. Wednesday was gonna come, but then you were a little busy, so I ended up just going by myself.
Yeah.
And it once again is during the ribbit scene. Once again. Once again. It's during the ribbit scene. I walk in and there's like 2 girls sitting behind me, like directly behind me. The theater was pretty empty because this was like the last showing of Digital Circus in my area. So there's like nobody really there. These 2 girls who looked like young to mid-ish teenagers were directly behind me. And they weren't being like super loud, but they were like eating popcorn very loudly, and it was getting on my nerves a little bit, but I just didn't really question it. Anyways, it was fine, but then during the scene where Jax is talking about how his parents got divorced and he pushed his mom over. During that whole scene, I hear, because they're like directly behind me, right? I hear this giant thud and then a huge splash. And I'm like, oh no, one of them spilled their drink all over the floor. I was sitting there like, uh-oh. Oh no. I was like, uh-oh. Like, I really didn't know how to react. I was just kind of sitting there like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I started to hear one of the girls whisper, yell at the other girl, like, what is wrong with you? From behind me. While this is happening, meanwhile, on the big screen, Jax is like, I pushed her off with all the force that I could and she didn't get up. and they're like whisper arguing with each other behind me, and I'm just like, uh-oh. Oh no. I was like, are they gonna have to like go get someone to clean it up? I was like that was all I could focus on. I was like, what do we even do? What is wrong with you is crazy, especially during that scene. No, but that timing is wild. The timing was awful. It was terrible timing. But then after like, I don't know, I couldn't really hear what they were specifically saying because they were like whispering and they were behind me. I wasn't like right next to them, right? After like, I'd say like 5 minutes, clean up on aisle U. I would say after like 5 minutes of them whisper arguing, suddenly they just went completely silent. Like, completely silent. Like, there was no more arguing. They didn't even get up out of their seats. They just went quiet. And I was like, okay. And then I watched the rest of the episode as I normally would. And then this is not a joke. They broke up. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I cried at the ending. That I was crying and I did not want to be in the theater for any longer because I was crying. So I stood up, grabbed my Kinger and Queenie plushes, and walked out of the theater. And it did not occur to me until I was outside of the theater walking to my car, I should have checked on if they cleaned up that soda. So unfortunately, we will never know the answer.
Yeah, you never did.
We'll never know the answer. There's a Google TADC Easter egg. Wait, really?
Also, sorry if you hear a dog barking.
Oh my
He's
goodness, there
just-
is. What? Ah!
What?
Ah! What? Sorry. God. Ah!
Dang it. It's big enough that Google's in on it.
Hold on, guys, I gotta pull this up. Hold on.
Well, somebody asked a question earlier. Where was it? Oh, did any of your showings have sing-alongs?
No, actually, hold on. Wait. We gotta look at this, guys. Oh wait.
Showing did? It could have. I got there late.
Hold on, that was the wrong.
Oh.
That was the wrong tab. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm figuring this out. Okay, hold on. Yeah. No. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Look at Hold on, 1 second, y'all. 1 second, y'all. Gotta find it. Hold on. I have the episode pulled up in case we wanted to look at it. Look, if you Google The Amazing Digital Circus, there's this little Pomni eye down here, and you click it, and it does this. Fun. Delete. purge. That's so cool! That is so cool! Like, that's so cool! That is so cool! Oh, this is making my nerd brain so happy! Oh, that made
Accidentally
me so
clicked
happy!
delete.
Guys, I'm such a nerd. That made me unnecessarily happy.
I mean, it's valid though. It's pretty.
Okay.
Big yawn. Oh
Anyways, in terms of sing-alongs, my very first showing, everyone was like mumble singing it, but there wasn't like loud singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my first showing, traffic was so bad that we didn't get there until like the last
Hey there.
like 5 minutes of episode 8. So we did get to see the entirety of episode 9, which was good, but it's like they could have, the theater looked like they would have.
That made me so happy. Also, guys, I have a thing to announce. You guys know how, I made, cane stickers to pass out during or before the movie.
Oh, I was like, another thing? What the heck are you announcing again? I thought you got everything.
No. I have yet to say
Yeah.
this. You
This
guys
isn't-
know how I brought cane stickers to pass out. I have special news. I'll be right back. Wednesday entertain them.
Huh? Okay. What do you guys want me to entertain you with? I'm not sure. Uh, after after the seeing episode 9, I will say I do like Ribbit X Jax. I thought that, I was like, yeah, that ship makes sense in my brain. I like them. They're cute. This was thrown on me so quickly that I was.
It's okay, I'm back.
Okay, good. I was like, what? I don't have anything to work with. You left me with nothing.
Sorry, I'm back. Tell us dad jokes. I see her smoke salmon, but I hardly know her smoke salmon. Ha. Okay, the lighting in my room is awful, but I made a new thing. And I am here to show you all. Wednesday, you've already seen it. You put it in your phone
I know.
case.
It is in my phone case.
Sorry, the image is really big and I need to resize it. I hate how OBS does this to me every time. You can, kinda see.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, OBS
To
hates
clean
me.
your desk.
I know, girl. I know. I'm aware.
What
It's
is that? I
blurry
see
for some
cords.
reason.
I see.
Shut up. It's
that
blurry
Pomni?
for some reason. Yeah, it's my Pomni stickers. It's really blurry.
Okay,
for
I was
some
like-
reason. It's really blurry for some reason, but I made a canonically accurate version.
You
So
look so
that'll be up on
happy.
Etsy soon. That'll be up on Etsy soon. I love it and hate it at the same time. I gave one to Wednesday and she put it in her phone case. So now on the back of her phone, she
Oh
just
yeah,
has Jax.
I've had so many
And-
people
and
ask me about
also-
it too, and I'm like, have you seen the last act? And they're like, no, and I'm like, don't read it.
No, it's like you
That
have
has
that and you
genuinely
have,
happened.
you have Siggy Jax.
Yeah, I drew Maid Jax with a cigarette.
You did do that.
And Scribbles made me a sticker of it.
I did do that.
It's my prized possession.
Anyways. I have more thoughts. I'm just trying to... Oh, I have a theory, y'all. I have a theory. You want to hear my theory?
Ooh.
I have a theory.
Okay, hurry and share your theory, and then I actually gotta go.
Okay, alright. My theory is that... Because Scratch, the first abstraction, canonically has a brain tumor, from my understanding? And I wonder if he made the brain scanners in an attempt to fix his brain or live longer,
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's actually really good.
And then I wonder if he abstracted because he was probably like, that tumor should have killed me and I'm not dead yet. If that makes sense. And maybe...
Oh, goodness.
Maybe he realized that they're clones. Maybe he was able to realize that Kane was able to get a hold of the files because he made the scanner. And
it's time for me to go.
Maybe
Sorry,
that's why
guys,
he
I can only
abstracted.
stay for a little bit.
No, it's okay. Everyone say bye to Wednesday. Thank you for coming
Okay,
to share
bye,
theater stories.
guys. I'm happy that, yeah, I mean, I have other thoughts and opinions, but they can be shared on a later date. Same with singing.
You cut off, but yes, singing Daisy Bell. Bye. Did she leave? She left. Oh, well, she's gone. Anyways, that is my theory. That's my theory. Is that I always thought Kane caused his abstraction after trying to fix the tumor. That's another pretty good theory, actually. That's another good theory. I'm like, there's so much open room with that. She left mid-sentence. She pulled the classic disappearing guy. But, that's kind of what I... Do you like Murder Drones? Yes, but that's just a theory. Yes, it is just a theory, a game theory. Do you think if they die in the human world, they just stay alive in the circus one? Well, Kate, I mean, with the whole digital copy thing, no. That is not a... Wait, that cutoff so good. Wednesday says the cutoff was really good. I did think that before, because, to be honest with you, if I was in their position, I would also have that thought where, because they were all under the impression that they are real human people hooked up to this big machine, and that their human bodies are just sitting there in the real world while they're hooked up to this machine. That's what they were all under the impression of, and that's what we were all under the impression of. Does that make sense? So naturally, if their real life body were to die, they would have stopped functioning in the digital world if they truly were hooked up to this machine, right? However, now we know that they are not. They are a clone. And wait a second, does that mean the human versions just took the heads off? Yes, the human versions are living their lives. Did some of you not realize that? The human versions are just hanging out. What if they died IRL and they abstracted or not? I think their real life selves are completely separate from these digital clones. Pomni even says that. Kane says, you know, what do you say, Abigail? And she says, that being said and done, Abigail is out in the real world, and here I'm just Pomni. Then did Scratch die? I'm sure IRL Scratch, Mike Dobby or Dobie, however you say his last name, is probably dead from the brain tumor. But his clone is they're different. They're different? They're different. I wonder if Mike Scratch is still alive. I wonder that too. I wonder that too. How do the human bodies not age for how long they stayed in the digital circus? The human bodies are not hooked up to this machine. The humans have no idea that this is happening, right? You guys saw the after credit scene, right? Like, y'all are... Congratulations, Zooble, because you can still leave your mark on the world. I saw Alex, voice of Kane, said that abstraction isn't one-to-one to suicide. He calls the cast visiting Jackson, the others like visiting patients in long-term care. There's hope. That's fair. That is fair. That's fair. Wait a minute, then who's in the circus? Who put on the headset? Do I need to explain this? When the person put on the headset, it's scanned their brain and made a digital copy of them. That's what it did. And then the person was able to just take the headset off and continue on their merry way with no idea that this happened. It scanned their brain and took that file and made it into a person. Bro, my question became a whole thing, my bad. No, I'm just trying to explain where was this headset. Most likely in the CNA office building, abandoned. In the abandoned CNA office building. See, this is why I wish we got a little bit more lore on CNA, because I'm like, why did they go under? Why did the company go under? Etc., etc., etc. Jax was homeless. How would he be there? In an abandoned building? Most likely taking refuge to sleep somewhere for the night. You know? Do you play Cooking Run Kingdom? No. Isn't she lovely? Yeah. Frick, now there's Daisy Bell and Isn't She Lovely? This truly was an amazing digital circus. It truly was. Truly, truly was. I'm gonna unpin the message. There we go. What about when Ribbit gave Jax the bow? What do you mean? She just gave him a bow. There's nothing there. She just put the bow on his head. Scribbles, why do you think Gangle went to the abandoned CNA building? I don't know, actually. I don't know. I don't know why Gangle did it. I don't know why Ragatha did it. I don't know why Zooble did it. I know why Kinger did it, because he was working there. And I know why Pomni did it, because she liked to explore those buildings. And I know why Jax did it, because he was homeless and was probably sleeping there for the night. Oh no, Zooble also said that they like to explore abandoned buildings. Never mind. Zooble probably did it because they also like to explore abandoned buildings. I do not know why Ragatha was there or why Gangle was there. I couldn't tell you why. Or why Ribbit or why Kathma was there. Question, will you be continuing TADC content now that the show is over? Yes. I don't see why I wouldn't. On Zooble, there was a paper that said GG Hard C. You killed the only person I have ever loved! Bro was blushing. Yeah. Would anyone be able to join the circus after episode 9? I think so. I truly think so. However, I think it would be a lot better of a situation, because let's say, like, a new person shows up and gets in there, they could just explain to that person, hey, this is gonna sound crazy, but you are a clone, and your real self is out there living its life still, so don't worry. You're just gonna join us now, and it's probably gonna be really jarring at first, but I think knowing that information off the bat instead of being lied to like the others were, I think is better for a new person to show up. Wait, there needs to be someone to replace Jax. So you're saying that they are clones? Yes. Are you guys rage baiting me? Did you guys not really pay attention? Yes. Yes. Kane might not choose to import the mine files. Oh, that's true, actually. You know what? That is a fair point. Never mind. That is a fair point. That if he got a new set of brain files, he could just not make it into a person. That is actually a very, very fair point. Never mind. I rescind my statement. I completely rescind my statement. You killed the only person I ever loved. Now I'm going to kill you. I rescind my statement. That makes a lot more sense. I completely rescind my statement. That makes a lot of sense. What if a child entered the circus? I truly think Kane was making the circus a place that could house a child, because he was trying to make it as family friendly as possible, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Granted, everybody in there currently is an adult over the age of 20. But I do think he did want to make it so that if a child were to ever show up, it would be a place that could house a child. I don't, nobody in there currently, nor anybody who has abstracted are children, but I do think he was trying to make it a place that was safe for children. Not gonna lie, kinda cute if a kid did enter just because I love grandpa/dad Kinger. It'd be so effed up though. Like, it'd be ungodly effed up if that happened. Wasn't the purple dinosaur a child? No, the purple dinosaur was one of the original programmers of Kane. Sorry, I've been ADHD fidgeting with this. When I was at the theater and I passed out stickers, somebody gave me a Zooble bracelet and I've been fidgeting with it throughout this entirety of stream. I just got here and I'm so confused. Hello. When someone abstracts, do you think their mind files get corrupted? I do think so. I think that's most likely why abstraction happens. Is that their mind files get corrupted somehow, which causes them to tweak out. Their digital persona to tweak out. That makes sense? Do we want to? Okay, I made 2 playlists today. One that's chill stream music and one that's hype stream music. We've been listening to the chill stream music playlist. Do y'all want to listen to the hype stream music playlist? Hold on. Is this... we already listened to this one. Do you guys want to listen to the hype stream music playlist? Sure. Alright, bet. If any of you know what video game this was from, you get a Scribbles cookie. Okay, anyways. What's the third option? Nothing. That's all freaks. I love that line so much. I've been wanting to use that line as a stream outro for a while. And now I can. Wait, no, we saw the files of abstraction. Yeah. No. I think abstraction can be reversed. I am fully under the impression that abstraction can be reversed. I do fully... sorry. Somebody said the game in chat. Oh, but then Nightbot deleted the message. No, it didn't. Whoever said Donkey Kong Country returns. You're a goat. You're a goat. you're an absolute goat. Okay, anyways. Sorry, back to Digital Circus. Back to Digital Circus, which is what we were talking about. I do fully think that abstraction can be reversed. I'm fully under this impression. Because from the way that the pilot phrased abstraction, I really did just think that abstraction was just, there was no undoing it. From the way that it was presented to us to begin with. Because Goose kind of made it a point to be like, when somebody abstracts, they are not the same. And I kind of just accepted that. I really just was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But now that Pomni was able to go into Jax's mind and talk to the real Jax, despite the fact that he was abstracted, I do think that they could reverse abstraction. If the real Jax is still in there, they could probably take the real Jax out somehow, if that makes sense. At the same time, now, circling around to a little bit of a different topic, but like the same topic, I'm now under the impression that I'm going back to episode 3. Let's talk about episode 3 for a second. In episode 3, Kinger says that he was able to hold Queenie one last time before she got put in the cellar. And if Pomni was able to touch Jax and hold him and be able to enter his mind and talk to him that way, I am now fully under the impression that Kinger was able to do the same thing with Queenie. Fully under the impression that he was able to do the same thing with Queenie. He probably held her and did not let go until Kane just like ripped him away from her. You know what I mean? And put her in the cellar. He probably did not let go because he has no consequences for holding her, because Pomni suffered the consequences of she held Jax, and then when she was pulled away, she was super glitched out and in a lot of pain. But Kane was not around to fix her at the time. He comes back later and is able to fix her later, but at the time, she was not able to like get fixed. But when Queenie abstracted, Kane was still allowed. Is this song from Kirby? Yes. When Queenie abstracted, Kane was still around. And Kinger would have been able to just hold Queenie for as long as he wanted, and even if that caused a lot of pain for him, when he inevitably had to let go, Kane could have just fixed him. So, I really do think he just held her and just didn't let go. Which probably would have just resulted in him being able to talk to her one last time before she was sent to the cellar, as he says in episode 3. Which hurts a lot if they were able to have a similar conversation that Pomni and Jax had. Because imagine like the same conversation, but it's Kinger and Queenie. Not the exact same conversation, obviously, but a similar conversation because it's Kinger and Queenie. And imagine like Queenie saying, "I don't want to go," to Kinger. That hurts in unnecessary amounts. Gonna be so honest with you, that hurts a lot to think about. That actually hurts so much. And into the cellar you go. But how does Pomni know about that? Did Kinger tell him? So I don't really know what Pomni was thinking. I don't really think Pomni knew what she was doing going into it, gonna be honest with you. I think she was going off of what Kinger told her in episode 3. Because in episode 3, Kinger explains to her that, him and Queenie were in his pillow fort together, and the pillow fort was so dark, and he says the darkness seemed to calm her down a bit, is what he says. she did the same thing that Kinger described. Correct. That is what I'm getting at, where he specifically explained that it was darkness that allowed her to that allowed him to be able to hold her without her trying to attack him, which is why Pomni, because Pomni is a very smart character, by the way. We all need to remember that Pomni is, like, such a smart person. This is something that has been demonstrated time and time again throughout the series, that she is so good at analyzing her surroundings and figuring out what to do. And I love that about her so much. Like, I say this every time, but looking at, like, episode 7, when she was, like, super suspicious of Abel and how Abel was acting towards Kinger, she was so smart in knowing what to do to make sure that everything was okay. Like, she was so insistent on getting 6 admin passes because she wanted everybody to be able to go. And then at the same time, sorry, I need water. Okay. At the same time, she was able to recognize that if Abel had balled everybody up first and left Kinger to be last, there was a chance that Abel probably would not ball up Kinger to go up to the console, and she specifically said, I want you to do Kinger first before me, because she knew that if she went before Kinger, Kinger would not go up there, because she recognized that Abel was being super weird about Kinger specifically. That is an incredibly smart thing for her to have clocked on her own. She's definitely a character that would survive in a horror movie because she would not get involved because she's too smart for that. You know, she is an incredibly smart character, and I love that about her. I went on a mini tangent, but you get the point. She's very smart, and she was probably able to really think about it and be like, okay, so Kinger was able to hold his wife in the darkness, and his wife didn't attack him in the dark. Hopefully, I think she was also kind of banking on hope a little bit, where she's like, hopefully, if I block me and Jax in a very dark room, we'll be fine, and I will be able to hold him, and maybe that will calm him down enough for something to happen. I don't think she knew what was going to happen, but she was probably hoping that, like, something would happen, and something did. So Strategy is canon, and I'm so happy. Me too. I'm so happy. So happy. So does the real human's consciousness stay in their body? Yeah. It just scanned their brain and then made a separate entity. I've already said this like 15 times. It just scanned their brains and then made a separate entity, and then let the human just go on their merry way. They better have a child and name it Doodle. Why do I hear Meta Knight music? What the peak? Yes. Correct. The fish was so random in episode 9. I can say this now because it's come out to YouTube. I hope Glitch posts this clip separately, but for those of you who did not make it to the theater, the finale screening of the last act opens up with crappy orange fish telling you not to spoil or pirate the movie, and it's like the funniest thing. It's so funny. He just pops in, he's like, hey there, iconic character Orange talking fish, or it's like, iconic digital circus character Orange talking fish here, telling you that to or like, frick, what does he say? He's like, hey there, iconic digital circus character Orange talking fish here to welcome you to the amazing digital circus, the last act screening. And it's like the funniest clip, because he starts going off on this really random tangents about how, like, he thinks God hates him. It's like the funniest thing you will ever see. Yeah, he's like, please don't spoil the movie. And then he says, you know, Kane normally does these things, but he couldn't make it because he died. And then he says like a little prayer. He's like, may God and Jesus rest over his soul and look after him in the afterlife and stuff. And then he goes, you know, I was medically dead for 4 minutes once. I thought there would be somebody waiting for me, but it was just black. And then he's like, I think God doesn't want me. And then he pauses and goes, oh yeah, by the way, there's gonna be merch during the credits, so you should keep an eye out for the merch. And then he goes, guys, I don't want to die. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. And then it just fades to black, and then you hear, Redfish go, welcome to the finale screening. I cannot do that voice, but you get the point. And then Orangefish goes, dude, you missed it. It's the funniest thing I have ever seen. It is hilarious. I was crying laughing, and I'm so sad that it's not on YouTube. I hope that Glitch posts some form of it to YouTube, just like the raw version of it somewhere, because I desperately want that. I want people who did not experience it in theaters to see it, because it is like the funniest thing. It's like genuinely the funniest thing. And then after that it opens up to the stage. It opens up to the stage. I'm just telling you this for those of you who did not go and see this at theaters. Right after it fades to black and stuff. And the fish finishes a speech. Then it starts up and you get this shot of the stage. And Kane goes, and now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcome to the amazing digital recap. And then he just recaps the entire series. He condenses it down into like a 2-minute recap. And it's incredibly funny. It's really funny because he's just like at some point he's like, and then a bunch of random stuff happens, like da 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 da. And then when he's summarizing episode 4, he summarizes episode 4 as like he's basically like, then we learn a bunch of lessons, like making sure to look both ways before you cross the street. He says that about episode 4. And it's really funny. And then he's like, throughout it all, Pomni learns to be, you know, he says something like, Pomni learns that it's nice to have people to suffer with. And then time passes, and then he's just like, but there's one member she cannot get close to, Jax, who after having a he says something like, after doing an adventure that was a totally normal and healthy adventure about gun safety, he has a legendary crash out and pushes Pomni away. Then he says, oh, the drama! It's really, I wish Glitch would post this somewhere, because it is the funniest thing you will ever see. It's really good. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they would just want to keep this as like a theater exclusive clip, but like, for those of you who didn't get to see it in theater, it's like the funniest thing. Gun safety is crazy. It's hilarious. It's really good. He goes, oh, the drama. Like, I can't do a Kane impression, but people have reposted it on YouTube show us. I would have to search for it. Y'all, I'd have to search for it. Maybe I could find it. I would have to find it. I would have to do some research to try and find. Oh, I found the fish clip. If you guys want to watch the fish clip, I found somebody uploaded the fish clip. If you want to watch the fish clip. Why don't we watch? Oh wait, this is the wrong window. Why don't we watch the fish clip? Why don't we watch the fish clip? Hold on, let me double check that it's all good. Okay, I can finally say this. This is how the fish. This is whoever filmed this. Thank you. This is the fish. The fish.
Hey there, iconic digital circus character Orange Talking Fish here, welcoming you to the amazing digital circus, The Last Act Screening, where you will be watching episodes 8 and the grand finale, episode 9, in an amazing movie-length experience. If you have not watched the rest of the episodes,
It's really good.
you've got like 30 seconds to catch up, so get on it. Also here to remind you to turn all mobile devices to silent, and to please not film or spoil anything you see here tonight. You can share all of your reactions online, but just please God, no spoilers. Usually Cade does these things, but he couldn't make it because he died. May God and Jesus please look over his soul, please look after him in the afterlife and bless him.
Guys, I want.
You know, I was medically dead for 4 minutes
I want
once.
Glitch to post this.
There was no one waiting for me. It was blackness. There's nothing after. I think for some people they see something, but for me it was black and nobody was there. I think God doesn't want me. I don't know what I did.
It's
You should
really
also
good.
keep your eyes bugged out for a QR code at the end of the screening that gives you early access to finale merch in the online store. Guys, I don't want to die. Please don't go.
It's so good. Anyways, I just had to share. It's incredibly funny because he died. Yeah. You know, I was medically dead for 4 minutes once. Oh my God, you weren't joking. I wasn't joking. It's like it's literally the funniest thing. Please don't go. I know. Put the recap. I have to find the recap. Hold on. You guys can keep listening to this music while I find. We're going back to Gear Getaway. while I try and find the recap. Give me 1 second. Amazing digital recap. Has anybody uploaded the recap part? I'm not seeing it anywhere. Oh! Somebody posted it! Let's go! Okay. Your getaway can go away now. Somebody posted the recap. We're gonna watch the recap too. Alright, you guys ready for the recap? Alright. It's recap time. Is it? Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Say it with me. Welcome to the amazing digital recap. After placing a strange headset on her fragile human cranium, our sad little jester, Pomni, finds herself in the amazing digital circus. A whimsical, fun-filled virtual paradise that you can probably never ever leave.
It's a decently good recap as
on
well.
the never ever leave part though. That sort of thinking leads to abstraction.
It's a pretty good
which leads to
recap.
stellar, which leads to a lot of screaming that's frankly terrible for Bubble's sensitive ears. Running this
My
circus
ears,
is
Kane.
me, your charming, benevolent ringmaster, Kane.
Benevolent.
And it's inhabited by other humans like Gangle and Trouble and Ginger too. Ragatha, Jax, and there's Comp. Ooh, and then does some amazing digital things like running, rushing, growing as people, learning to look both ways.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
And gun safety. Through it all, Pomni begins to realize that maybe, just maybe, this digital circus ain't so bad. Especially when she has friends to suffer with. suffer with. Also, Kinger might have helped create the circus? Who knows? The guy's a as crazy as a guy who's
It's a
great.
pretty good
But
recap.
there's one human that Pomni just can't seem to understand. Jax, who
It's a
after
pretty good
normal
recap.
and healthy
This person is
adventure
moving the
involving
camera a lot,
unregistered
but it's a pretty good
firearms,
recap.
has a legendary crash out and pushes Pomni away, emotionally and physically. And right as they were just getting close, oh, the drama! Meanwhile,
This is
it
awful.
slowly begins to dawn on my
Filming, but
big
it's
brain
okay.
that perhaps my lovingly crafted adventures of horror and pain may not be appealing to a group of fragile human
There they go.
psyches. But then realize that's ridiculous because they totally love me. Right? So, for no particular reason, I devised my biggest adventure
It's a
yet.
pretty good
Using
recap.
a totally real and not suspicious human named Abel, I created a scenario where the humans
This
had to
person needs to
decide
hold the
whether they
camera
wanted
still.
to escape the circus or stay with me forever. The details of what went down are extremely simple and not confusing. But
It's
the
a pretty
important
good
part is,
recap.
at the end of the day, Jax, of all people,
Like-
made the right choice. To
So I'm not
stay
saying
in
much
the
'cause I just want you guys
circus
to watch it,
forever.
but-
I don't entirely understand why. He's going through some things. He's sad about a frog, I think. Humans are really confusing. Anyway, now you're all caught up to the thing that aired for free 6 months ago. Bye.
And that's where it ends. Oh, I opened up something I didn't mean to open up. And that's where it goes. It's really good. It's a good recap, to be honest. It was probably the best way they could have recapped it as quickly as possible. They did skip over a lot of stuff, but like, you know, for what it's worth. Oh, the drama! That might become a new vocal system of mine as well. I have to go, but I love your streams. Bye, mama. I think I'm gonna end stream here, probably. I think I've kind of said my piece. Is there anything else that I needed to say? I think I've said everything. I think I've said everything. I really think I've said everything. There's probably more things that I like, there's more thoughts that I have, but they're just not coming to me right now. If that makes sense. That's all freaks. Yeah, that's all freaks. Did you talk about that kid yet? The kid in our theater? 'Cause yes. You gonna get any merch? I ordered some merch. I found the Pomni popcorn bucket at my local Hot Topic and I picked it up. And then I just barely ordered... What did I order? The Pomni floppy hat, the Pomni... I ordered the movie exclusive Pomni badge. There was a movie exclusive badge. And then I ordered the poster. I ordered the Last Act poster. And one of the Kinker pendants. So those will come eventually. Did you get a popcorn bucket from theaters? I did! It's sitting on one of my shelves back there. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it because I just have this giant Last Act popcorn bucket and nothing to do with it. Scribbles Up Tragedy is canon in the outro. I know, I'm so happy. What about Daddy Bubble? I am a little sad that Bubble is just like dead. Bubble, I think, really just did not get the best ending. I feel like everybody got a good ending except for Bubble. Cause when Kane was in the void, there was just a faceless bubble next to him that he was talking to. And Bubble just never came back. Did you know there was a custom Jax themed swear bar for Ajax? Yeah, I noticed that. I think it's really sad. I'm like, dang, like, maybe it's because I have such a weird attachment to Bubble because I can kind of do an impression of him. I'm having a baby. Maybe it's just because I can do a somewhat good impression of him that I have like a weird attachment to him, but I am incredibly sad that he did not come back. I can't tell if that was an intentional decision or if that was just an oversight, like they just didn't think about Bubble. Yeah, everybody say rest in peace to Bubble because he is indeed gone. And his last words were, "I'm having a baby." So, like, it's quite sad. It's quite sad. Everybody say goodbye to Bubble. Anyways, I think I've said my piece here, so I'm probably going to end right here. My final thought is that I thought the finale was really good. I liked it a lot. I thought what they did with it was really great. Like I said, I did have a few, what's the word I'm looking for? A few critiques that I think they could have done better on. But for the most part, I think it was really good. 10 out of 10. Well, actually, no. It's like a 9 out of 10 in my opinion, just mainly because of the few things that I feel like they could have improved on. Like, CNA lore is probably my biggest thing, where I'm like, man, I really did want more lore on CNA. And we did not get it. But solid 9 out of 10. Thought it was really good. Thought it was phenomenal. Loved it a lot. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to end here. Thank you all for listening to me ramble. The Amazing Digital Circus has been a huge part of my life for basically since the pilot came out almost 3 years ago, and I'm so sad to see it go. Very, very, very sad to see it go, but it'll live on in our hearts forever, and I do know that for sure. It will always live on in our hearts, in my hearts, and I hope in my heart, and I hope in your heart as well. And I feel like we can still keep it alive. It doesn't have to be over. I'm still going to be making Digital Circus content. This is not going to affect my content schedule at all. However, we can all... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. This was a good series. It was a great series. For what it's worth, it was a phenomenal series. I have never seen a show like it. The writing was good. The characters were great. I have never seen a show like it. And I think it's going to be deeply missed because of how unique and original it was. Because it does pull from these various different tropes, like, you know, I have no mouth and I'm a scream. It pulls from kind of like that a little bit, and these kind of like computer versus human themes and tropes and stuff. But despite that, it is so unique that it does not feel like it's ripping off of something like that at all. It still feels fully original and nice, if that makes sense. It does not feel like it's directly copying something. Even I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, which is like the thing it's mainly based on, it does not feel like it's just a direct copy. It feels new and original and unique. And I don't think we're ever going to get a show like this ever again. And that is sad. But for what it was worth, it was a phenomenal series, and I enjoyed hyping up every episode and having fun time and talking to my friends about it. I loved the hype for each episode. I still think about the favorite character awards that they did for episode 6, which will soon be like a year ago, in a few months. And it's just like, man, it's gonna be missed so much. I think everyone is going to miss it a lot. So I will say just cherish it and give it the best farewell we can. Let's just give it the best farewell we can. Yeah. Yeah, goodbye everybody. Goodbye everyone. That's all, freaks. Yup. Yeah. That's all. I'll end it. That's all, freaks. Goodbye.